I'm with you. And I think just to kind of add on to that is no matter how I feel, and I'm gonna talk to you about like I got a 5-year-old, and shouts out to all of the people that got 5-year-olds out there that know how 5-year-olds act. Like 5-year-old, especially when they got an older sibling, they feel like they can do everything that the older sibling does without any restrictions or any limitations. So I'm not saying like he can stay up the same amount of time, but he might feel like we just went to Six Flags yesterday. I can ride that ride because TJ can ride that ride. And so whenever they're not able to do things that other people can do, that they feel like everybody can do, they are unwavering about their commitment to getting what they want. I'll say it like that. They literally are like, no matter what, I'm gonna act as crazy as I possibly can till y'all let me get on a roller coaster, even though it says I'm too short. I'm just gonna act. I'm gonna act crazy. But my point in bringing him up is that it's challenging raising a little kid, right? But along the way, as a parent, there's a lot of different types of discipline that you might try. You might spank them. You might yell. It's a bunch of different stuff. And the kid is going to try to bring out all of them in you, right? So the reason why I say that is there are times when my kid is talking to me where it is unbearable. It's unbearable. It's like I'm about to lose my mind. He's going to make me act crazy, and I don't know how to maintain it. And so when I say no matter how it feels, you got to be able to point yourself back to the vision that you want. Okay, why am I not responding the way that he's making me feel like I want to respond? Why am I not acting the way that he's making me feel? Because again, the reason why we lose vision a lot of times is because it's based off of emotion. Like I was trying to sell this house, and now the owner is going crazy. I don't know how to handle them. But there are a lot of times where I really have said, you know what, don't take it personal what they're saying. They're not talking to you. We ultimately want to sell this house. Hey, I know that y'all are frustrated. This is not anything that I ever could have expected. But guess what? I'm focused on selling your house and bring everybody back down. And I think that one of the most important things is that not letting our emotions overcome our actions, but it's tied to making sure you keep your eyes on the prize. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. First off, shout out to Nelly. Nelly in the
Yes,
house.
sir.
Also, shout out to Angela. Angela said that takes
That's
discipline.
that.
We have to become emotionally reasonable. And
Mm.
yeah, and to both y'all points, um, like you said earlier in the show, Troy, things happen for us, and we don't realize that. So, like for example, with your son doing this and trying to get you out that mode, it really got you back into the mode because I mean, you held the vision not only of how you want to be, but how you want to be to him and how you would like him to be. You held all of those visions at one point, and it brought you back to that when you could have easily did what a lot of adults do and say, "Oh, that person is toxic." I mean, I know you're not gonna say that about your child, but imagine if you did. You're like, "My child's toxic. I'm leaving my child," which is absurd. But it brought you back to that moment, and I use that example because it's the same thing with so-called toxic people. Like every adult is just a grown child. And if we can remember that they're acting this way to get us back into our mode, back into our vision of who we want to be in the face of these kind of things, then we can actually do it.
So let's talk about again it bringing again holding true to your vision, how the world will bring it back to you. And again, this is one of the most beautiful things about having a kid because their world is kind of only as big as you allowed it to be in a sense because you're in control of everything that they do and everything that they see and everything that they intake in most cases, right? And so the times when I've been able to be emotionally responsible, as Angela said, and not allow my emotions to dictate my actions because of the vision that I see clearly, the way that it's paid me back is later down the line where I may have been close to, and this has nothing to do with my kids anymore, but my kids are present, where I have been close to potentially not being emotionally responsible. My son would turn around and say, "Hey, Dad, don't worry, be happy." You know the song? Like, "Don't worry, be happy." And the reason why I say it is because now the vision that I've set for myself, other people can see. Like even kids can see that this person does not want to be upset or this person does not want to be emotionally irresponsible. So let me say something that, and he doesn't know how much power he has. He's just regurgitating the world that I created. And then in such, it's so powerful because now you want to talk about being woke now. It's like, dang, like, this is really what I want, what he's telling me. And I really have to be emotionally responsible. I really have to be responsible to the things that I'm trying to teach them. And it changes the direction that I'm moving. Go ahead, Jay.